throw. Whelan just helping it forward. Ratcliffe watching it carefully, dropping over his shoulder. Found only Nicol. 3 forward in support. Way by Watson. Jan Morby! Deflected and in! First blood to the Reds down at the Kop end. Jan Morby with a Halverduva deflection is the Liverpool scorer. Watson's header was an anxious one. Morby controlled it well, but it was deflected, I think, off David Speedie. Neville Southall, wrong-footed, had no chance. McDonald is on the near post, Watson beyond him. Milligan. Sheedy. Nevin. Turned away by Hussain spectacularly. Neil McDonald, good volley. Well caught by Bruce Grobbelaar. He's such a sweet striker of the ball, Neil McDonald. Lovely crosser of the ball, and he scored some spectacular goals for Everton this season. Pat Nevin it was who stretched Liverpool. And there were a lot of men in front of Bruce Grobbelaar, and that was dipping all the time. Everell. Nevin. Sheedy, onside. 3 waiting for the cross. Sharp's there, good header by David Burrows. Kept in by Beagrie. Everton have the throw. Little period of concerted pressure. Good turn by Nevin, felt he was clipped by Gary Ablett. Referee had a very good view and wasn't interested. Nevin insists there was contact. He spun away from Ablett so cleverly. Great close control the Big Danes got. Barry Venison. Steve Nicol. Sheedy was too wise. Here's Nevin. Switch wings with Beagrie quite effectively here. McCall. Only Sharp in the box at the moment. Sheedy. Sharp's header, great save! Turned away by Ablett. Wonderful instincts from Bruce Grobbelaar to deny Graham Sharp. It was in every sense a sharp header, but Grobbelaar reacted brilliantly. And Everton are far from finished. McCall's header. Watson, Nevin, now did he handle it? He smuggled it in, it's a goal. The equaliser in stoppage time in the first half from Pat Nevin. A little question mark maybe about the control there. No, it seemed to be in the midriff. Grobbelaar wrong-footed, Everton level. Derby debut for Jimmy Carter, who was dropped to the substitutes bench last Sunday after playing his first 4 games for the club. Liverpool free kick. Glenn Hussain is forward. Morby's free kick. Speedy's header! What a return for David Speedie. 2 games for Liverpool, 2 goals. Five feet 7 inches, but he scored so many headed goals. Neville Southall never even moved. It was so delightfully placed by Speedie. And it would be fair to say that David Speedie's made quite an impact at Liverpool. I'm not altogether sure that he didn't get the final touch for the first goal. Jan Morby will claim that. The second definitely belongs to David Speedie. came 4 minutes into the second half, and Liverpool are back in front. Nevin. John Everett. And again, Everton have to come from behind. Sharp. Beagrie. No somersault so far today. Speedy away the ball for Staunton. Here he is again. Play on to the referee. Fair challenge by McCall. Sharp to Nevin. Sheedy. And if it's possible, the goal has given the game just another injection of pace. Good throw by Grobbelaar. He really is in the wide awake club the moment the ball's in his hands. First chance for Jimmy Carter. Got by Neil McDonald. David Burrows. Pat Nevin. They're ganging up on him then. Jan Morby. John Barnes is onside. Driven a little bit wide. Jimmy Carter. Deflected behind by Watson, and a corner kick to Liverpool. Strictly speaking, he's not been on a winning Liverpool side as yet, Carter. He was substituted and they were behind at Brighton in the Cup replay. Today may be his day. Glenn Hussein is forward from the back. Away by Neil McDonald. Morby. Burrows. That's dangerous. Speedy again! It was a controversial signing by Liverpool. 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes for David Speedy. Viciously driven, and Speedy got the crucial touch. The 2 men on the line playing him onside. Hit and hope by David Burrows, and all his hopes came true.
McAllister keeps going. He had to do something. City have regrouped. Cundy dived in a little bit there, but nothing wrong with the tackle. Nothing wrong with that one either. Jason Cundy back in the Chelsea lineup today. Up towards Quinn, and Megson making a run. Gary Megson, superbly done! It's his first of the season. A brilliantly executed goal. And Gary Megson gives City the lead on 14 minutes. It's his first goal, in fact, for over 2 years. The ball delivered by Brightwell. Quinn climbing over Monkow, perfectly directed, chested down and swept home jubilantly by Gary Megson. What a lovely goal this one is. It has everything. Quinn's awareness, Megson's control and deadly efficient finish. Chelsea do get men forward quickly, and calling for it through the middle was Stewart. The City line held. Harper very much an unsung hero in this City side, as he seems to have been throughout his career at Everton and Sheffield Wednesday. He's a player's player. Poynton, again it's the long one through the middle. Dorigo slips, and here's a chance for White. It's 2-0. David White, so often a goal maker, turns into a goal poacher. A calamitous slip really by Tony Dorigo. And Dorigo hung his head and stayed down as White lofted the ball over. Poynton's long ball through the middle looked a dangerous one. Dorigo never looked fully in control of the situation. It was a suicidal attempt, really. A one clip of the outside of the right boot sends City 2 goals up. Oh, given away this time by Wilson. Straight to Poynton. It's a strange ball from him. More orthodox stuff from Brightwell to Quinn, and now Megson. We've got City moving and gets a free kick as well from Wise's rather rash tackle. And again, White's got time and space in which to deliver a telling cross. Clive Allen! Inches wide. He always likes to do well against London clubs, having spent so much of his career in the capital. And he's inches away here from what would I think have been a victory-sealing performance, really. That would have made it 3-0. It's imperative from Chelsea's point of view that they get themselves back into the game very quickly, but they're having to backpedal once more. What a delightful ball that is from Ward to Poynton, tripped right on the edge of the area. It couldn't have been closer. He hurdled as though he was in the Grand National, but he couldn't hurdle himself all the way into the area. This surely is a yellow one. Poynton there, that's where the tackle took place, so it's well outside the area. And indeed it is a caution only. Redmond has booted that one almost out of the ground. Chelsea in City's half. Good turn by Matthew. The ball in, finding Stewart. And it's put out of play by Hendry. He had to be there, did Colin Hendry. Near post, but it's Quinn who belts it out. Clark leads Chelsea back. 21 players in City's half at the moment. Matthew, poor pass that time, but he's made up for the error and goes on, but no, the referee said that he committed the foul on Ward, and it's City's free kick. Goalkeeper. A shake of the head. Well, he looks unconcerned. I think he was for a moment. That was a quite extraordinary chip back, and the crowd are rooing. That's a good job. Besson 6'4". Here's Townsend for Chelsea. Almost beaten out of it by Harper, but he kept his composure nicely. And Matthew spreads it wide. McAllister. Chelsea 3 men in the penalty area. If McAllister can get the cross in, well, he's done enough to get around Poynton twice. Now he lays it instead for Clark. A looping cross, and Coton will claim this. It's not a convincing clearance yet, though. Wilson back in. Oh, a cracking goal! Beautifully struck by Dennis Wise. Well, Coton beats the ground in anger, but really it wasn't a convincing punch by the City goalkeeper. And when it was turned back in here by Kevin Wilson, Wise met it on the full, and it's gone through his legs, and the keeper's agony is compounded. Chelsea get themselves back in it in an unlikely event, straight through the legs of Tony Coton. It's 2-1. Oh, well intercepted by Megson, who powers forward, waits for the supporting Poynton. The ball was delivered a bit tightly, and he's caught him by the ankle. And that's Clark again, who walks away from the referee, and Steve Clark could well get sent off here. Not dissimilar circumstances. He's going to go. Bobby Campbell extremely unhappy, I imagine, about the decision. Watch now, Poynton going down that left touchline as he's done before, just caught by the ankle by Steve Clark. Chelsea have had a great record here over the years. But this has not been their day. The points belong to Manchester City, and deservedly so. Gary Megson, with his first goal for 2 years, gave them a 14th minute lead. David White struck 6 minutes after that, and Chelsea were always chasing the game. The dismissal of Steve Clarke didn't help, although Dennis Wise got one back with a shot which went through Tony Coton's legs. But undoubtedly, Manchester City worthy winners on the day, and again Manchester City to be congratulated on their foresight in installing the undersoil heating all those years ago. They've had their reward today. It ends Manchester City 2, Chelsea 1.
Again, the major talking point will be about the dismissal of Steve Clarke. What's your reaction to that?
Well, really, what can you say about it? The referee sent him off. We can say that they are being governed by the people in the stands, by people in FIFA. They should be left alone to referee the game. And if they make a decision then you can say, well, look, that's right or that's wrong. But at the moment in time, they've always got this, we're getting directives from these people to do this and to do that. They should be left alone to referee.
I think you felt the crowd had a bit of an influence today, though.
Well, you must think the crowd have had an influence because of your question.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the crowd. And I thought that the referee was influenced by the crowd.
More fuel on the fires of the great debate, but more progress for Manchester City. They're now 7th, just a couple of points behind United. Fingers crossed there may still be UEFA Cup places on offer to the high finishers. The North West had a monopoly on the day's football action. Blackburn Rovers and Bolton Wanderers, both hell-bent on second division football next season, were both in action too.
Just over 7,000 braved the cold at Ewood Park, where Blackburn faced fellow strugglers Portsmouth. Neat skills from Steve Livingston, one half of Blackburn's recent record signing, creating an early opening. Minutes later, and the other half of that record signing nearly got on the score sheet, Tony Dobson almost scoring at the wrong end. Blackburn's poor form this season, a mixture of injuries due to key players and defensive slip-ups. This last perfectly illustrated by the stumbles and the slips that allowed Portsmouth to take a 35-minute lead, Colin Clarke eventually slotting the ball home. Don Mackay's team haven't won at home since November, and the misery seems set to continue in the second half. The usually reliable Simon Garner and then Scott Sellers missing a number of good chances. Finally, Nicky Reed had a goal disallowed 15 minutes into the half. The linesman didn't need X-ray vision this time to spot Howard Gale in an offside position. And Blackpool should have fallen further behind, but Portsmouth's poor finishing illustrating why they're relegation candidates. Main culprit this time, Colin Clarke. Another defeat seemed on the cards, but Blackpool finally gained the point they desperately needed on a controversial penalty 2 minutes from time. Referee Dermot Gallagher claiming that Steve Livingston's shot handled on the line, but the replay suggests that Graham Hogg was more hapless than deliberate. From the spot, Chris Sully equalised to give Rovers a share of the points. That point takes Blackburn up one place to 19th in the table. They've now got a 4-point cushion between them and the automatic relegation spot. Meanwhile, in Division 3, Bolton stumbled on the road to the second. At home to Huddersfield, debut boy Gary Haylock gave the visitors a 13th-minute lead. But rarely a game goes by at Burnden Park without Tony Philliskirk scoring. His 20th goal of the season, not one of Philliskirk's classics, but as vital as any goal scorer this season. Bolton still confident in one of the 3 automatic promotion places, Tranmere and Bury keeping the North West interest alive.
The North West continues to hog the spotlight tomorrow. Old Trafford stages the first leg of the Rumbelows Cup semi-final between Manchester United and Leeds United. And the match cameras will be there to see if Mark Hughes can steal the show again. Hughes has charged it down, and Hughes has got a real chance for a hat-trick here. He's got past the goalkeeper, and he's got his hat-trick. Old Trafford plays host to the match at 2:55 tomorrow afternoon. The other Rumbelows Cup semi-final is featured on Granada's Soccer Night next Wednesday at 10:50, along with highlights of a top First Division game. The top First Division game in the country today saw Liverpool return to the top of the First Division. David Speedie washed his hands of the first Anfield derby hat-trick for 55 years. He settled for 2 and will maybe keep one up his sleeve for next week. Good night.